All right, so I am in the process of, I guess you could say, reorganizing this office for probably the 5 millionth time within the last like month or two. I've been trying to just get it to feel a little bit more homey in here, but also I'm getting ready to start assembling the planners and I needed more space. So I ordered this table off of Amazon. I'm gonna put a picture right here so you guys can see it because I haven't put it together yet, but the issue is I have to move this white thing right here first. I need to move that out of the way. I'm going to put it back into the closet. Originally, I had moved it out to help me with putting the planners together, but it's not big enough, and I cannot find the little pieces that came with it so that we could extend the wood sides out. They don't extend out that big, but there is like some little holes in here. But yeah, these holes right here, this is where these wood pieces would actually be going in. There's like a little set of stuff that's supposed to go to screw in here. I can't find those, and it would actually make it kind of extend out, and it kind of comes to like right here. So it doesn't really add that much space, but it would have been something. So I did get that table, and it's going to end up going along this wall, but I first need to move some stuff around. Alright, so I'm getting ready to put together this thing real quick. I mean, literally, it's like legs and the top, so it's not going to take long. But I thought I would answer another question that I got. So let me get that one and answer it. This is a good one, and I can definitely talk about it. Oh, Emery, Daddy said he's on his way back, okay? So it's almost donut time. Yeah, it's almost donut time. Evan went to go get some donuts. So he's on his way back. And I'm really excited because the place here is called Rebel Donuts, and they have gluten-free donuts. So I actually get to eat them because if you don't know, I have a wheat allergy. I was diagnosed with it around this time last year, and it's definitely been interesting, you know, just trying to just navigate through everything. Like, this is my first Thanksgiving that just passed with having the allergy, but I was able to still eat everything. Like, I was not missing anything at all. Some stuff I just had to be modified, so it was good though. But anyway, this next question is from Sierra Leonard, and she said, what are some tips you have on marketing and getting your product in front of people? I feel like this is my last step, and it has caused me to put off launching my business because I have no idea where to start. Okay, so definitely a good question, and definitely something that we can all relate to, because like, you spend all this time putting your product together, so of course you want somebody to actually purchase it. So the first thing I will definitely suggest is check out, I think I have a launch playlist on this channel, because I talk a lot about launching on here and give a ton of tips and suggestions through those videos, but I'll definitely give a couple here as well. The main thing, well, the first thing I'll say is, if you are, especially like if you're just getting started, but I mean, even in my, you know, where I am, I'm definitely not like a big business by any means in terms of like the stationery stuff. You know, I think the biggest thing I've learned is that sometimes things are slow and steady. And so no matter what, with all of these different suggestions that I give, whether it's through other videos or this, keep in mind that stuff just takes a while. Sometimes it takes a while for people to find out about who you are. Sometimes it takes a while to grow your email list, or it takes a while to do different things. And so don't get discouraged, you know, if people are not like flocking to the product from day one. But there are still a lot of things you can do to set yourself up for success to kind of help with that. And so my biggest first thing I would say is, if you haven't already, definitely make sure you have a email list started. There's so many different platforms that you can start an email list on, so just kind of pick the one that you like the best, and then from there what you'll want to do is figure out a email opt-in that people would like. So when I work with my clients, we'll usually come up with one that just kind of fits their overall target audience. We'll find one that somehow relates to the product that they're planning to release and different things like that. And typically those people that will sign up for that email list opt-in, those are going to be your really like ideal, your golden customers, the people that you know might have more interest than just someone else. And so you basically promote that opt-in like anything else. And an opt-in, some people will do a coupon code, but I usually try to do something a little bit more interesting than that. So, you know, like some kind of like printable or a sample of your product or something like that. That's kind of what you want to give them. And this is just a great way to give something that's valuable to people without them feeling like you're just wanting them to purchase from you just right off rip. And so if you've heard before, they say that sometimes it takes like 7 interactions for people to actually want to purchase from you. So if somebody's only seeing one post on Instagram from you one day talking about, hey, buy my whatever it is, I'm not sure what you sell, Sierra, but you know, hey, buy my journal or whatever the case is, that's not enough. You know, they need to see you, they need to see the brand, they need to hear a little bit about, you know, like the background of why you started the business. They need, you know, maybe the opt-in, something that'll make them want to get on the email list. And then once they're on the email list, you can even nurture them more with a nurture sequence. So basically a series of emails that can go to them, just giving them more value once they're on the list. So I think it's really important to know who your target audience is in order to be able to set some of these things up and be able to really connect with the right people, because you're going to really need to know what to say to them and kind of know what their pain points are and different things like that. Another thing I would definitely say is you do want to have a solid launch strategy. So a launch is definitely not, you know, posting one time and saying like, hey, the product's available. You want to really be leading people up into the moment that the launch happens. So a launch time frame is really going to vary. It just depends on if you already have an existing audience or, you know, if you're starting fresh from zero. Different things can kind of play a role in this, but typically I would say at least a month long. So then that way you can really warm your audience up and give them a lot of content. Take advantage of a lot of the things that are trending. So I'm not sure what your preferred platform is, but if, for example, if you like Instagram, you know, start incorporating some of your things into like Instagram Reels, you know, show how to use the product, do flip throughs, do unboxings, send your product to influencers and different things like that so that they can share with their audience, and that'll give you an even wider range of people for your product to have eyes on, or for people's eyes to be on your product. What other things? And then just continue to just show up. So the more that you show your face and you're present and you know, show your product, you show yourself, you talk about your business, you talk about why you're here, you're giving the value, and you do that over and over again regularly, that is when you will start to see the people show up for you in return because you've given them so much. So I think that's just the main thing. Oh, sorry, I'm moving the chair. I have my camera set up on a chair right now. But once you start doing those things, that's when you're going to start seeing that growth. When you're showing up with the content. And it's not always, not saying like literally you have to be showing up 24/7, because that's not realistic for anybody to do. I mean, maybe some people. But I think to figure out, you know, what does consistency mean to you? And then that can kind of determine how you want to regularly show up. For me, it really just depends in different seasons of if I'm busy, if I'm feeling it, if I'm not. But you know, a couple times a week is doable. You can say top of mind for people when you're trying to be seen and by people for the first time. So that's pretty much the tips I would give. I think that's very broad. Check out some of the videos. And then to anyone, if you ever do feel like you need some extra help when it comes to creating your product or launching your product, getting some clarity, support, or whatever that may be, definitely check out TatianaMuse.com. That's my coaching website. You can learn a little bit more about the programs that I have. My stuff is actually going to be closing a little bit for the year and then reopening up again next year. So there's still a little bit of time to get in if you want to get in with this group. We actually have a workshop coming up in about 2 weeks. I don't know when this video is going to go up, but it's going to be taking place on December 18th. And I'm going to be walking them through how to kind of plan out their business for the upcoming year, and just setting some goals and things like that. So if you get into the program, you'll be able to attend that, because all of my workshops and things that I do as of right now are exclusively for those in the program. I'm possibly going to make some changes next year. We'll see. But as of right now, that's kind of how it is. But you would be able to come to that workshop and all of that stuff, in addition to just so many other things that I'm not going to get into right now. But I always like to share that, because I'm here to support and help you, and really give you all the tools you need to just be set up for success. So, yeah. All right, so this table is looking pretty good. I just have to put on one more leg, and then I'm going to put it up right here. And then I feel like I'm going to be set up for success, because now I'm going to actually have an area to work on these planners. There's like nowhere in here to just like spread out and really just get organized and get stuff done. So I'm really happy that this is in here right now. And I think that it's just going to be such a game changer for just my productivity in here, because I haven't had anywhere to really sit anything down other than my daughter's little Minnie Mouse table, and that is like a joke. All right, so it's up, and I'm definitely going to get organized in a little bit. I'm actually getting ready to stop what I'm doing so I can go watch church, but afterward I'll be kind of getting this stuff in order. But this was so needed in here. I just can't even stress enough how needed it was to have a surface to do these kind of things. With just the nature of my business, it's impossible to not have a setup like this. So yeah, anyway, that's it.
So casually keep diving into concrete, so bittersweet, huh? Keep losing sleep while driving in the back.
All right, so I'm out just doing a little bit of grocery shopping while Emery naps, and I was just thinking, y'all, don't mind me, I get these little nut packs from Natural Grocers. I don't know where Natural Grocers are located. We have it here in New Mexico, so I'm assuming it's like a West Coast store, but I don't really know. But I always pick these up. I don't know if you guys can see it because of the way the sun is hitting. But it's these little nut packs from there, and I always just get them and then just take a minute to snack on it. I think it's like 99 cents for the pack. But anyway, I'm having my little mom break moment right now and just enjoying the silence in this car. But anyway, I was thinking about the sermon from Transformation Church earlier that we were watching, and it was the Crazy Faith offering today. They've been doing it all week, but today was the day where you could submit it online as well. And so we did that. And you know, it's interesting how my faith has definitely grown over the last like 5 or so years, because like 5 years ago, maybe even a little bit more than that, maybe like 7 years ago, I would have not been given no money for tithing, and tithing I'm still working on, but donating. And it's mainly just from not understanding, you know, not understanding exactly like what is the purpose, not understanding just all of that. I didn't grow up in church, and so as an adult, it's been really interesting to try to navigate what being faithful looks like in my life. It's not really something that I saw displayed growing up or anything like that. Trying to figure out like how to do it within my marriage is another thing as well. It's like we don't have any examples to go off of for what that looks like. And so for me, because of all these things, I feel like I'm always behind. And a lot of times when things are going on, I forget to seek God first. And I know that that's definitely a muscle that you have to work. And this is definitely, obviously, you know, if you're not interested in this kind of discussion, and, you know, fast forward through this. But I just wanted to share it and just see what you guys thought, because it's like, I feel like I have so much more work to do, and I've been reading through the Bible. I still have a long ways to go. I think I just finished up with Joshua. So it's just interesting, y'all. I don't really know exactly what I'm trying to say, but the main thing is I'm really trying to work on, especially going into the new year, just really getting my faith level up times 10 to what it is. And I want it to be in all areas of my life, but it's hard when you don't really have a model of what that looks like. And so it's interesting because during the sermon, he kind of broke down with different people kind of how people perceive faith to be. I really hate that this sun is on my face, but I'm gonna just keep going. It actually looks kind of pretty, but then it also looks really annoying too. But he really kind of went into how people can perceive faith. So you might perceive faith as that it's luck, like you get lucky, and that's how God blesses you, is through luck. Or, you know, you might feel like it's your language, just like if you say the right thing, you know, then you'll get whatever it is that you want. And then the other one was lead, like you feel like you have to be led in order to, you know, get to faith or get to your blessing or whatever you want to call it. And so for me, I'm finding that I think that I'm in that bucket. I'm in the one where I feel like I need to be led. And so it's like I'm looking for answers from other people of like, well, how do I do this? How do I do my morning devotional? How do I pray the right way? How do I, you know, incorporate it in my marriage? How do I incorporate it, you know, in being a mom and instilling it in my daughter? Like all of these things. And it's just exhausting when I'm trying to always seek guidance from someone else or trying to seek what other people are doing, when in reality I should just probably just do what's placed on my heart and just see what happens and kind of go from there. And so I don't know, I think this just is in all areas. It just makes me think of how sometimes we will pause on what we're trying to do just based off of waiting on somebody else, or, you know, trying to get the answer from somebody else. And that's what I feel like I'm doing when it comes to this just whole like faith walk. And I'm over it. I'm just kind of over it. So I'm over waiting to really deepen my connection with God, simply based off me feeling like I don't know enough, or I'm not experienced enough, or I don't have enough of a background in order to just do it. And so I don't know what that looks like, but that's really what I'm going to be working on as one of my things I'm working on next year. And I'm kind of sharing a little bit of this with you guys because I am planning on doing some kind of like vision board or something for next year. I don't know if I'm going to do a full-on vision board, but I'm definitely going to do something. So you'll kind of get a feel of like what's going to be on mine, just as I'm just kind of reflecting on areas where I need improvement, things that I didn't necessarily do the best this year, or that I feel like I did well but could have done better. So that's definitely one of them for sure. But anyway, I'm gonna go home, enjoy my last little moments of quiet, and then I'm gonna go home, work on some planners. And it's Sunday, so just kind of chill.
What's left of me? Drowning in what feels just like an ocean. Negativity is getting closer. Hard to keep the heat when it gets colder. You know, sometimes everything just gets hard. Sometimes everything just gets harder. Feeling like I'm missing some parts. Days just keep on getting much darker. Even when I'm down in the lower, I remember what it was.
Alright, so it's actually the next day now, so I'm like all flustered. I just had to hurry up and make myself some toast really quick. But I am attending the Cultivate Your Year live from Cultivate What Matters. I'm going to be filling up my power sheets and stuff. Amongst everything, it's Monday, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of everything. Mondays is kind of like a more laid back day for me, so I'm really happy that this fell on a Monday. But look, y'all, I guess everybody's just waiting to be let into the live. It should be starting in just a couple of minutes, but it's for quite a few hours, so we'll see. Oh shoot, it's starting. But yeah, that's what I'll be doing today. I did want to just quickly end this vlog. I'm not sure how long it ended up being, but thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna get ready to get my life together for 2022, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Sometimes all you need is a spark, maybe just a better kind of bitter.